All right, let's bring her in. Yesterday, our guest finished her 4th Boston Marathon, which I believe is the most athletic staff achievement since last week when Harry wore a sports bra for no good reason. She is the co-host of the very funny podcast, Megan Fun of Sports. It's on the Money Grab feed here at Extra Points. Megan Connolly is here. What's happening, Megan?
What's up, guys? Freshly removed. It was like, 24 hours today. I was crossing the finish line.
Great job.
And here I am back in Orlando talking with you guys all about it.
Good for you. Congratulations. I mean, this is your 4th Boston Marathon, right? Like, are you trying to go after Brady? Like one for every Brady title? I would be happy with 1, but you've done 4 now.
Well, I ran in high school and college, and I was like, all right, I don't really want to adjust my lifestyle, so I'm just going to keep running so I can continue to eat whatever I want and all these things. But then it's like, well, what am I running for? So I started doing marathons, and I thought marathons would be not easy, but I was like, I've been running since I was 8 years old. Like, I can do this, no problem. Yeah. So I ran my first one, and it was surprisingly much harder than I ever thought. And then I ran my first Boston, and I ended up in the hospital. And so after that, I was like, I really need to get back at this course and just change my relationship with it. And then I ran the next year, and it was like terrible downpour rain. And I was like, all right, the next year is my year. And there was the pandemic. So this year, finally, the stars aligned. We had good weather, and I had a healthy, strong personal record. It wasn't what I wanted, but it was a strong personal record.
Well, so you finished at 3 hours and 6 minutes. This is fascinating to me. 3 hours, 6 minutes, which, by the way, is just under the length of a Damashek, Kevin Hench -3 podcast, if you want to put it in perspective. But I know you were hoping for sub 3 hours. You placed her over under at 3:03. 3:06, still pretty incredible. And even more remarkable is that Harry called your exact time. I mean, he called 3 hours, 6 minutes. You were 3:06:30. He called 3:06.
And I was offended. I was very offended when Harry said, you're going to run 3:06. I was like, fuck you, Harry. I want to break 3. Are you kidding me? You have no faith in me. And I was texting Sal, and I sent the Michael Jordan gift. Like, I took that personally. Yeah. And when things started to fall off, I was like, okay, go for 3:05. Go for 3:05. You got 3:05. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, God damn it, Harry.
No, you
I'm going to run the time you said.
It was a plan. It was a plan to get you motivated, to get you pumped, to get that record broken for yourself.
Suck, Harry.
Now, Harry, if you would have said I would break 3, I wonder if I would have done it. Maybe you have the keys.
Yeah,
here.
really, Harry.
I know, right?
Inspire her to actually break the mark, not to hit 3:06. So you were actually thinking about him during the race? This is incredible.
When things started to fall off, I knew I wasn't going to break 3. And that's what I thought. I was like, get to 3:05. And then when I saw it wasn't going to be a 3:05, the first person I thought of was Harry.
Wow. Did you think of maybe finishing 3:07? Like just like stopping like an eighth of a mile before just so Harry wouldn't be right?
There was a moment when I thought, maybe I'll just walk it in and run 3:16 to get all the WWE fans excited.
Nice.
But I couldn't do that. I was like, no, you got to go as hard as you can.
Well, somebody guessed, we put it up for grabs, $100 to whoever can come closest. Harry didn't guess the seconds part, so he was off 30 seconds technically, I guess. Someone guessed 3:06:09 and someone guessed 3:06:52. So someone was off 22 seconds, and the one who was off 21 seconds wins the $100. So
I have to say, marathons are pretty boring, but the women's finish came down right to the end. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then also, if I can't pat myself in the back here, I set the line at 3:03. And I made the race very entertaining because I was way ahead of it. And then I got close to it. And then I got away from it. And then I got back on it. So if you were tracking, the line was entertaining. So you're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, you were dropping elbows on your opponent's heads as you were passing them. It really got some WWE flair in there. But take us through your mindset. What was I know your goal was sub 3 hours, but did that change throughout the course of the race? Were you tempted to stop off at one of the 97 Dunkin' Donuts you passed along the way? I mean, that would be problematic for me and almost everyone. But were you thinking of quitting at any point?
Well, the beginning part felt easy. Like running the half marathon. Like half marathons are great. Like every time I do one of these damn marathons, I'm like, isn't it half enough? Because when you run a half, you finish and you're like, I still had a little left in me. When you run a full, you're like, no, I'm done. No way did I have anything else left in me. The course at Boston is a beast. Basically, the first 16 miles are downhill. There's a couple uphills in there, but for the most part, first 16 miles are downhill. And then from there, You go 16 to Boston College, and it's basically one big uphill. Like, sure, there's a couple little downs, but it's like one consistent uphill.
God.
And that was the moment that, I mean, there were many moments there. I was like, I need to stop. This is not fun. No part of this is fun. And they always tell you, don't go out too fast. Don't go out too fast. But when you have your training and you know what you're capable of, you never think it's too fast until you hit the hill. Yeah. And then it really gets you. So there were moments there that I definitely thought about calling it quits. There are the med tents along the way. And I knew I didn't really need med help. But as you're running by, you're like, I don't know, maybe I could use something. Like,
yeah.
Could they help me out a little bit? But then you think about it and you're like, it's a marathon. It's not supposed to feel good. Like nothing is supposed to feel good. I'm just supposed to get through this. The crowd was fantastic. Eddie Spaghetti knows because he was a college kid who participated in the Boston Marathon Shenanigans, which is just a huge college party. They were great. And honestly, they really pull you through.
Really?
Because I mean, I've run marathons before that don't have as big as a crowd. And you just think, even more so, what the hell am I doing out here? Because you're already thinking that, but then at least you have people cheering you on. So you're like, all right, I can do this.
Spaghetti, is this true? This was another opportunity for you to get drunk in college, but in the morning?
Marathon Monday was a great day. You wake up at like 5 a.m. with your buddies, like your little kegs and eggs. You somehow stumble to the area where the runners are. And outside of 2013, pretty smooth marathon experience.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's great. That's and I'm curious, like, of the stupid shit. Like, so you had earbuds in. Were you listening to our podcast most of the way? Did you just put it on repeat,
the whole time. Actually, during my training, I listened to you guys a lot because I would be like, what else? I mean, I'm running 20 miles.
Oh,
sometimes I would. I was like, I got to see what they're doing. You can only listen to music so many times.
Right.
I have the headphones that go outside of your ears so I could hear the crowd and I could hear like music lightly. That helped.
What was the music? It wasn't, I mean, Harry's got this American Idol hero from Long Island he likes, but was there anything specific?
This sounds so weird because I listen to more like calming music when I run marathons because it's just a long time to be like that jacked up. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening to like 8 Mile by Eminem on repeat, eventually you're like, okay, I'm not really pumped anymore. I mean, you got to be pumped for 3 hours. That's a long time. So there was a point where my vision started to get blurry and my mom gets so nervous because she was there when I was in the hospital. So my mom's like a nervous wreck the whole time. And apparently my tracker went out at like mile or 35K. So my mom was convinced I died and she was like calling my husband, freaking out.
Oh, shit.
But there was a moment and she always tells me before I run a race, she's like, Megan, it's okay if you don't finish. Just stop. It's okay. Like, you really don't have to finish. You have nothing to prove. And I'm like, Mom, I'm finishing no matter what. She's like, oh, please don't. Please don't. She gets so worried. But there was a moment my vision started to blur. And this is an off-air topic, but currently don't have health insurance. Thought about it. Said, Megan, you don't have health insurance. We're not getting in the hospital. So stop. And I did. I stopped for like 2 minutes. Drank some water and then started running again. But I was very proud. That was an adult decision by me.
Oh, man. Well, this was all a ploy to get health insurance through extra points. That's impressive. All right, Spaghetti Meatballs, look into that. See how we could do that.
And it was great because on the flight home, I didn't even have to wear a mask. I mean, we don't have to get into that either.
Yeah,
but like,
right.
I loved it. Great party. Take the mask off.
They'll change that again, I'm sure.
Nice.
Did Kyrie Irving giving you the finger along the way? Did that help inspire you? Or?
Yes, Kyrie was there. I heard the Boston Red Sox fans, they were all chanting F you, Kyrie. So they were actually the night before, my husband's a diehard Celtics fan. And during that game, I was like, oh God, he's going to be miserable all weekend if they don't win. He's going to not even want to go to the marathon. Mm-hmm. And then when I realized there was a moment where I was like, I could still break 3 if I just run 7:30s the rest of the way. And I was like, think of how mad Andrew was going to be if the Celtics didn't win. That's going to be you when you don't break 3. So I did use that game as like a little bit of motivation to keep going. I know you really got to play mental tricks with yourself, especially when you're running that far.
And I really, I joked about it, but I'm really not joking. I need one of you Megans. I know I don't want to get turned blue here, but I needed one of you to defecate on yourselves, either through childbirth or on this marathon. And you could confirm that happened, right? No?
It has happened in previous marathons. This marathon, I did not.
Good for you. I mean, that's a win right there. Who cares about the time? That's
right. Marathon without pooping yourself. That's a big accomplishment.
We're hoping the same for Harry's wedding, but I don't think so. I think he's gonna.
Is Scott gonna poop himself?
Harry's brother? Boy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Harry, how many days do we have?
What's today? The 9th. 11 days. 11 days.
Oh boy.
Do you have? You just went through this last year, right? Do you have any advice for him?
Wow.
I don't know how big of a wedding you're planning, but the week of, I just wanted to elope. It's like way too much planning.
Yeah. He doesn't even want to do that. He's going to be gambling. Harry, are you going to be gambling a lot on your wedding? I meant to ask you that.
Listen, I'm sure there'll be plenty of gambling going on Friday. There'll be plenty going on Saturday.
NFL draft.
Our friend Boggy's mapping out things to go on a riverboat. There's going to be NBA playoffs. We're betting all day. We're not going on any riverboat, any stupid
rivers
stuff
in
like
Arizona.
that on a Saturday.
Are you guys going to bet on his wedding, like over under on the vows?
Yeah, we're going to have to put some pool together. So we have a couple. So we gave away $100 for your marathon time. That was fun. That came down to the wire. I definitely want to do like a Harry wedding, some kind of pool, like you said. And then our friend Megan Gailey is about to pop out a baby. We need to
any second.
Yes. Is it true? Is it any second? We know.
I think so. I've been texting her every day. Like, did you have it yet?
All right, we got to get that going. We have to get that going.
I think she's getting induced within the next 48 hours if it doesn't happen naturally here.
All right.
But I will give Harry a little break, although he's a jackass and he's the reason that I ran 3:06 and did not break 3 hours. He did give me a great betting tip yesterday that hit. We bet the under on Draymond Green assist and it hit. So thank you, Harry.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, sweat. Easy.
I don't understand what's going on because I think he went like 1 for 5 on this podcast yesterday.
That's like the only one to get.
I gave her the right one.
You're giving Connolly all the winners? This isn't fair.
Yeah.
All right, Megan, thanks for coming on. That was great. Congratulations. A great feat. Anytime you don't shit on yourself. So we're very proud of you. And we're going to get you health insurance as a result. Megan Fun of Sports tomorrow, right? Megan Gailey's out.
Yep, tomorrow we're doing it.
Yeah, she's like 13 months pregnant. She's due any day. What's your guess on her? What we have guesses?
I think I guess 9 pounds, 3 ounces, 21 inches long.
I have to go back to that's a big baby, right?
Eddie, what'd you guess? You were like 8, 9.
I did 8'7" for Reggie Wayne.
Oh,
and
8'7".
Then, and then I did 19 inches for Johnny U. That was the reason why. Yeah.
Right. I can't remember which one I did. I did somewhere in between there. All right, we'll figure it out.
Colts themed.
Yeah, it's got to be Colts theme. We can't screw around here. All right. Congratulations again, Megan Fun of Sports tomorrow.
Nice job, Megan.
Your way.
Congrats,
you're moving, right?
I am tomorrow. I'm moving.
Okay, so we sent something your way. You should get it at the end of the week. And why don't you give everyone your address in case they want to send something?
You did text me, and I was like, "Is this a prank?" But
well,
you never know with you, Sal. So
all right.
And before the marathon, I said never again. And guess what? I'm already thinking about when I'm doing the next one.
There you go. There you go. All right. Megan Connolly, Megan Fun of Sports. Check her out tomorrow. Thanks, Megan.
Thanks, guys.
Great stuff, man.
Thanks, Meg.
Congrats.